we are bringing Chipies ecosystem to a world that is not ready for it. In this discussion, we will try to analyze different life cases and how people perceive those cases and how Chipies ecosystem bring a new way of living, a new way of standard, a new way of perception towards the world. So right now, everyone is moving in one direction, following what is considered to be normal, what is considered to be acceptable or safe. Let's take this life case where people say, I want to be me, I want to work, I want to live independently. So, but then this same person who want to live by himself or herself, this same person who want to work and live independently, we will see that this same person has to go to and work for companies that decides how their life unfolds, how their time is spent, how their value is captured. So on the same life case, Chipies ecosystem will come and say, as long as you work for a specific company, as long as you hand over your time to a specific company, you don't truly own your time. Yes, you are participating in the construction or value creation of that company, but you don't own your value, you don't own your time, you don't own anything on that company. So you are not independent. You are not yourself as you claim to be. On another life case, people will say, I want peace in my home. But if we are to look, this person is a tenant, but he or she wants peace in his or her home. So Chippies will say, if you are a tenant, you don't truly have ownership of a space and you don't fully have a home on earth. So you only exist inside a structure someone else built with the rules you didn't define. So you can't get peace inside the rules that you don't define, inside rules that can change anytime. Then, on another life case, everyone dreams of professionalism, everyone dreams of climbing career ladders, sending work abroad, or building personal life goals. But Chippies will say, as long as we are going vertical with professionalism, as long as we are climbing careers of specialization, we are always not owning our life, because once we want something that is outside our professional or something that is outside our expertise, we have to depend on another third party. So Chippies will say co-creatorship is the only one way, and says no matter what, if the systems themselves are designed to limit participation, value, and ownership, then as a professional, you don't own your life. You don't truly or you can't truly achieve your personal life goals. So these are some of the use cases why this world is not ready for Chipies ecosystem, and why we are bringing Chipies ecosystem to a world that is not ready for it. Another life case, right now we have this kind of situations whereby we have countries, we have continents, we have Zimbabwe, we have South Africa, we have Japan, we have China, we have Zambia, we have Mozambique, Botswana, etc. All those kinds of things. We have continents like Africa, Europe, North America, South America, Asia, etc. All those kind of things. So all these kind of divisions bring things like nationality, brings things like identities in humanity. But with cheapest ecosystem, we are saying we only have one humanity that matters, and one humanity has to be one, and it has to unite and be able to co-create a human universe that belongs to itself. So we are not in any form discriminating other other people. We are not in any form dividing people with countries. We are calling for one humanity. On another use case, let's try to break the mathematical intent of humanity. So people right now, they are living under invisible patterns that tell people how to live, work, and participate. So on this case, Chipies is trying also to break the mathematical intent of these systems that design how people live, how people eat, how people actually work, how people participate in daily basis by inviting everyone across the world to come and co-create systems on a common environment where ownership, contribution, and value are all universal. So we do believe that when every person has agents in their work, in their homes, in their professional, we are going to bring new structures, new ways of living that have to benefit humanity at scale. But right now, if we are to look on how people live, how people eat, how people actually participate, we see that they are following well designed systems. Everyone is being taught to adapt. So, for example, we have this kind of acceleration that is going on in the world right now of AI. Every Everyone is being told to adapt to AI. Chipies ecosystem is trying to evolve everyone into those kind of development and have a common tool that is owned by everyone and that is used by everyone. At the same time, think about what this means to the world as a whole. Every dream of working abroad, every dream of joining foreign systems, every dream of gaining power or security from everyone. You see how these systems, whereby everyone right now is having this algorithm of I want to work abroad, I want to at least have some foreign aid, I want at least to have more power in my environment or more power in my business initiatives, or I want a guard or security to guard for me. Chippies will come and say, no, 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 no. Let's bring power to everyone. Let's bring knowledge to everyone. Let's bring value to every human on earth simultaneously. We have these kind of things whereby the current world is saying they are indigenous people, they are foreign people, they are rich people, they are poor people, they are professionals, they are self-taught. But with Chipies ecosystem, we are saying those things don't exist. There is only one humanity that matters. So everyone should be able to go on, everyone should be able to shape life at a scale. Every person has the right to own their life, every person has to the right to redesign their system, every person has the right to benefit directly from the wealth and infrastructure they help build. So that is the radical part. Chip's ecosystem is not about incremental. It's not slow. It's not asking people to fit into existing systems. It's not saying it's not saying just adapt to this kind of things. It's not saying go to school, go and work, etc. All those kind of things that are running the current world. It's not telling people what to eat, how to live, etc. It's about people doing for themselves, people doing for people, people living fully, people restoring their independence, people redesigning civilization systems, people building their own cities, people building their value flows from the ground up together as one. Chipies ecosystem is saying there is one humanity not divided by borders. There are no professions, there are no statuses in humanity, but we are all united through co-creatorship. We are bringing Chipies ecosystem to a world that is not ready for it. So when you step back and look you start to see advantage of Chipies ecosystem over long-term civilization. You start to see system built where which aren't just for temporal fixes, but they are resilient for civilizations to come. You start to see that Chipies ecosystem aims to scale with co-creatorship, which means there is no central boss who controls it. You start to see that we are not designing system around adaptation or collapse, but around inclusion. I mean global inclusion, global prosperity, global empowerment. When you look, you see that when everyone owns everything together, the incentives are aligned across the world. So, with Chipi's ecosystem, we are saying civilization should stop being a fragile under scarcity, under inequality, and start being regenerative and start to thrive across generations, and at the same time stop just surviving today. And that is why it's actually necessary, because if humanity continues to follow this fragmented path, like chasing jobs, like chasing borders, like narrow professions, like false independence, false peace, false freedom. Progress will always be partial, uneven, and fragile. So this is the reason why we are bringing Chipies ecosystem to a world that is not ready for it. Because if we embrace co-creatorship, if we design structures for everyone, if we unlock collective independence, collective intelligence, if we unlock shared wealth, if we unlock mass empowerment, we create civilizations that are not just for temporal, but civilizations that are self-sustaining, civilizations that are prospering, civilization where life is equals to life abundance. So we aim to bring abundance as a default to every person on earth. And that is the only way forward to Chipies, to the world. This is the reason why we are bringing Chipies ecosystem to a world that is not ready for it. So, by not following the old path, by not following or by not trying to fit into the old systems, we are trying to bring new ways of societies that are not only meant to be normalized but also to be experimented thoroughly to and see how they can benefit societies over long term. And we also aim through co-creatorship to empower future civilizations to also continue experimenting through co-creatorship and be able to come up with better ways for societies to thrive and live. So, by not chasing someone else's definitions of security or success, we are trying to bring a new world of a fluid model, basically a fluid value model to humanity. We are building together, we are coming together, ensuring that every human life thrives directly or either indirectly and benefits directly from the systems we design together. This is the reason why this world is not ready to hear about Chipies ecosystem, because it goes against these standards. It goes against most motivational speakers. It goes against most teaching. It goes against most structures. It goes against most systems. It goes against normalization. Chippers is bringing its own standard of life, because until everyone has ownership, agents, voice, we can't truly survive. So we need everyone to have ownership, mass agents, mass voice for through thriving of future civilization. So we are pushing cheapest ecosystem. We are pushing humanity to co-create, humanity to come together as one, and there is no other way except co-creatorship for long-term thrive. Cheapest ecosystem is coming to a world that is not ready for it. Thank you very much.